Pranay, I'll come to you.
So Pranay Upadhyay न्यूज़ से कनाडा के साथ हमारी स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप है, लेकिन स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप में जिस समय की ऐसी स्थिति है तो क्या वो भी रिव्यू में? और दूसरी चीज़ एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए था कि BLS जो कि वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग एजेंसी है उसने नोटिफिकेशन लगाया है कि वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग सस्पेंडेड है इस समय, तो क्या उसका स्टेटस है? क्या कनाडा से इंडियन वीज़ा इस समय सस्पेंड है?
No, sorry, you had a hand up for me. Go ahead, Manish. Yeah.
Again on the, this is Manas from PTI Press Trust of India. Again on the Canada issue, Canada has given very clear indications that it has, briefed the US, Australia and its strategic allies on the overall controversy and the accusation that Indian agents were involved in killing of a Sikh separatist in Canada. So have we also actually in fact got in touch with our allies like US and UK and other Western partners on the whole issue?
Normally I usually take 4 or 5 questions, but I think there are a lot of hands on this. Similar questions on that. No, I saw your hand first, ma'am. Go ahead. I'll come to you. I'll try to take a few more. I think it's similar questions. We can answer together.
Hi, I'm Megha Sharma from NewsX, and the Pakistani Foreign Ministry has also responded on it. It's taken the name of Kulbhushan Jadhav and said that there has been espionage and sabotage that has taken place on the soil of Pakistan by the government of India. How do you react to this? How does the Ministry of Affairs...
can we limit ourselves to Canada for the moment? Because I think there's a lot of Canada questions. Is that related to Canada? If not, I'll come back to you.
This is Pakistan, and Pakistan has responded to what the
Canadian thing. But Kulbhushan Jadhav you mentioned. Okay.
Kulbhushan Jadhav...
If it's on Canada, I'll come back. I will take the question on Canada. Okay. Right. Yeah, Canada. I'll come to you. All of you. I saw your hand a little later. I apologize.
Sir, मैं मनीष हूँ TV9 से और हमारा सवाल ये है कि
Microphone. नहीं, माइक्रोफोन नहीं चल रहा।
हेलो,
हाँ
जी मैं मनीष हूँ TV9 से और मेरा सवाल ये है कि लाखों भारतीय कनाडा में रह रहे हैं, उनके परिवार की चिंता है इस वक्त, खास करके जब रोजाना हम एक्शन और रिएक्शन कर रहे हैं दोनों देशों की तरफ से, तो ये भी है कि कल के दिन में बहुत सारे लोग जो वीजा अप्लाई कर रहे हैं उनका क्या?
नहीं, आपका क्वेश्चन क्लियर नहीं है। आप क्या वो डर रहे हैं कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट के एक्शन से?
नहीं, उनका डर ये है कि वो कनाडा में जो लोग हैं वहाँ पर उनकी सिक्योरिटी को लेकर या उनके जॉब को लेकर या उनके स्टडी को लेकर जो कंसर्न है, उसको किस तरह से भारत सरकार
समझ गया जी। या go ahead.
I'm Sahil from ANI. Since there are multiple threats to our High Commission and consulates in Canada, is Government of India planning to send its own security as well in that case?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So I gave you the floor that time, but you weren't ready.
Sir, Shruviran from Bloomberg. So can you confirm whether Canada shared any evidence, with us on this particular, before making this allegation in the Parliament? And also whether India, or how many times India has shared its concerns and evidence on Nijjar with Canada, and what was their response to it? And an associated question.
What is the second part?
I mean, did India share evidence on Nijjar and the other suspected Khalistani,
The second question, okay. Can we hold on? We'll come back to more. Okay. Can we wait another one? I've got a whole list, but...
Are we going to join the investigation?
I'll come back to you. Why did I take yours? Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Hi, sir. Rajesh here from the Wall Street Journal. Wanted to ask a question. Just a second.
Not ready?
Beyond issuing robust denials, what is India's strategy on countering the allegation, which carries a risk of reputational harm to India's global standing?
Okay, fair enough. If it's just on this, otherwise I still see many hands. Maybe one more round? Yeah.
Sir, Meghna from DD News. Is ME considering any specific advisory for the Hindu Canadians? Because we have seen an advisory for Indian nationals and students, but anything specific in view of the threats that have emerged?
Okay. Maybe I will hold off. I think I just see too many hands around. Okay. Let me start with some of the... Rishabh, your query was on diplomats, Canadian diplomats here. Yes, we have informed the Canadian government that there should be parity in strength and rank equivalence in our diplomatic presence, in mutual diplomatic presence. Their numbers here are very much higher than ours in Canada. The details of this are being worked out, but I assume there will be a reduction from the Canadian side. There was a query, I think you mentioned, let me take it in a different order. Siddhant, you had a comment on words used by Canadian Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, and then the US Ambassador, right? Yes, I do think there is a degree of prejudice here, They have made the allegations, they have taken action on them. To us, it seems or it appears that these allegations by the Government of Canada are primarily politically driven. Manish, your query was on briefing our partners, etc. Look, on this one, as I said, we have been, of course, engaged with our partners on various issues, particularly including this one. We have been discussing with them. We have conveyed our position, how we see these developments, and I think those are part of ongoing conversations, but I'm happy to share a little more if you wish to talk about it. I will. I'll come back to that. I just thought I'll mention Manish's I'll come back to Manish because let me just make a couple of other points. I think, Sudhi, you had a query about Canada sharing any information. No, let me clarify. No specific information has been shared by Canada on this case, either then or before or after. We have, as we have said, or I think it's been made very clear, we are willing to look at any specific information. We have conveyed this to the Canadian side, made it clear to them that we are willing to look at any specific information that is provided to us. But so far, we have not received any such specific information. There was a indirect question on that. Let me also point out that from our side, very specific evidence about criminal activities by individuals based on Canadian soil has been shared with the Canadian authorities on a regular basis, but not been acted upon. So that is answer to both sides of it, I think you asked. There was a query on, I'll come back. There was a query regarding from, I think, मनीष झा, आपका प्रश्न था सिक्योरिटी पे. देखिए सिक्योरिटी के मामले पे आपने पूछा था हमारे, हाँ देखिए हमने सीधे एडवाइजरी इशू की है और डिटेल एडवाइजरी है उनको क्या करना चाहिए. एक प्रश्न और था कि कुछ ग्रुप्स या हिंदू अलग से नहीं, एडवाइजरी सारे इंडियन नेशनल्स के लिए हम इस तरह से नहीं देखते. इंडियन नेशनल्स के लिए है, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है, जो ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, जो वहाँ रह रहे हैं, उनके सबके लिए एडवाइजरी है. एंड हम चाहेंगे कि वो उस एडवाइजरी को देखें और पालन करें उसका. Sahil, your query was on whether we are sending security. No, look, we have always believed that it is the host government's responsibility to provide security. If there is some places we have our own security posture also, but look, I don't want to discuss security measures in public. That's not an appropriate situation. If I could come back to what Manish, you asked about. As I said, we have ongoing conversations with friends and partners. We have made our position quite clear to them on the lines that I've outlined just now. That's why I thought I'll outline our position first, that there has been no specific information, and we're willing to look at that if provided. On the issue of a threat, Vinita, you mentioned for various things. Look, I don't know how to react to this. We obviously condemn any threat. But look, the overall, I think we should look at the larger issue. The larger issues of terrorism, and not just terrorism, but also the fact that it is being funded and supported, and we know this for some time from our western neighbor Pakistan. But the issue of safe havens and places to operate is being provided abroad, including in Canada, and that we would expect that is the main focus. The question is, do we have the political will to address terrorism, or we want to justify it and condone it? So I think that's what we would like to say. Yeah, no, as I said, one question at a time. On the issue of measures for our security, as I think the same question was asked, I don't want to discuss publicly, but of course we take, it is under the Vienna Convention, we expect host governments to provide security and for our premises, for our diplomatic personnel. What exact specific measures, I don't want to discuss publicly. प्रणय, आपका प्रश्न था वीज़ा पे. मैं जैसे भी बताया कि हमने वीज़ा इश्यूज पे, लेट मी एक्चुअली नहीं बताया था मैंने, आई थॉट हमने डिस्कस किया था. आपने देखा होगा कि हमारे जो कनाडा में हाई कमिश्नर और कॉन्सुलेट्स हैं, उनको किस तरह के सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स वो फेस कर रहे हैं, उसको आप जानते हैं. इससे उनका जो सामान्य कामकाज होता है उसमें बाधा पड़ी है, उससे डिसरप्शन आई है। इसीलिए हमारी हाई कमीशन और कॉन्सुलेट्स अब टेम्पररीली वीज़ा एप्लीकेशंस नहीं प्रोवाइड कर पा रही हैं। हम इस सिचुएशन को रेगुलर बेसिस पे रिव्यू करते रहेंगे, इसकी समीक्षा होती रहेगी, पर अभी के लिए ये सिक्योरिटी सिचुएशन जो कनाडा में और कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट की इनएक्शन से रहा है, उसके लिए हम इसको अस्थायी रूप में हम इसको वीज़ा आवेदन का जो प्रोसेस है उसमें बाधा पड़ रही है और इसीलिए हमने उसको अभी उसको स्टॉप कर रखा है। I know there'll be questions on this in English, so let me say that in English. You are aware of the security threats being faced by our High Commission and consulates in Canada. This has disrupted their normal functioning. Accordingly, our High Commission and consulates are temporarily unable to process visa applications. We will be reviewing the situation on a regular basis. That's what I wanted to respond to it on Pranay's question on visas. Megha, I think you asked on Pakistan comments. I don't even know how to quite respond to that. Pakistan, if there is the last country, I think, talking about credibility, and I don't think anybody really takes their comments seriously at all. I think that covers it. Sahil, I had talked about security. Rajesh, yeah, look, if there is any country, if you're talking about reputational issues and reputational damage, if there's any country that needs to look at this, I think it is Canada and its growing reputation as a place, as a safe haven for terrorists, for extremists, and for organized crime. And I think that's a country that needs to worry about its international reputation.
तो विदेश मंत्रालय के प्रवक्ता अरिंदम बागची इस वक्त बात कर रहे हैं और कनाडा को लेकर जो खासतौर पर लगातार सवाल उनसे पूछे जा रहे थे उस पर उन्होंने 2-3 बहुत अहम बातें कही हैं। जो बार बार ये बात हो रही थी कि क्या भारत सरकार ने वीजा को रोक दिया है, उन्होंने कहा है कि जो वहां पर हमारा उच्चायोग है और जो वहां पर हमारा स्टाफ है उसकी सुरक्षा को मद्देनजर रखते हुए उनके रोज के कामकाज में कुछ परेशानियां आ रही हैं। इस वजह से वीजा का जो प्रोसेसिंग है वो अभी नहीं हो पा रही है, लेकिन सरकार इस पर लगातार नजर रखे हुए है। उन्होंने ये भी साथ में साथ कहा कि कनाडा को अब ये सोचना होगा कि उनकी जो इमेज है वो किस तरीके से पूरे विश्व में जा रही है कि यहां पर आतंकवादियों को और किसी भी देश के विरोध करने वाले लोगों को पनाह मिलती